A lot of mental work today. We ended with a 2-minute drill and a controversial call made by the head coach, so half the team's mad at me.
Could you elaborate on that, or is that?
Just a ruling on the field was overturned, so that's okay. I think, our guys are getting really close to ready to play. We're going to have some more padded work. Tomorrow obviously will be a full padded day. We need to make sure we brush up on situations that come up through the game so we don't have some occurrences that you go, wow, you should have prepared for that. You try to prepare for everything, but there's no way. But through our body of experience through the years, there's certain situations come up, so we're going to handle some of that. And then we'll have some pretty heavy work at the beginning of next week, and then we're going to dust things off and get ready to hop on the plane and go to play Iowa. So nobody's injured today. I thought we were pretty sharp, and it was good enthusiasm.
So with that last practice tomorrow to kind of conclude camp, situation work, but not really much scrimmaging necessarily. Was that kind of done last Saturday?
That was done, and we had a long, extensive scrimmage. We pretty much finalized a lot of the guys that are going to be playing what roles. We will do some live work tomorrow, but it's going to be very limited. Next week we'll be in full pads a little bit, but after that the pads are going to come off. And it's been a great camp, but we've tried to sprinkle things in here or there, and I think we've had really good focus.
As a whole, do you like where the team is at right now compared to this time last year?
Well, with the exception of we'd like no injuries. It's a little bit difficult for me to remember last year at this time. I do know the confidence level is different. There was a different feel with last year's team, no doubt, getting ready to play Northern Illinois. I think that probably got stepped up a little bit. They're not cocky, but this is a confident football team. They sense that we have unfinished business. We didn't end the season like we'd like, but there's a great deal of confidence with them. They want to improve.
As you wrap up camp, you mentioned some injuries. Are there some areas of this team that you still have concerns with, and conversely, some areas of this team that you feel really good about as you're about ready to break camp?
Well, you always look at the offensive line. I think we're a little bit inexperienced there. Certainly, depth comes into play in the offensive line. The other area where I think we're a little bit thin is the linebacker room. We've got a couple experienced guys, but we don't have tons of experience out there. That's a concern. And the running back spot, we have a lot of guys, but there's nobody who's really gone out and played significant roles in a game. And so that's going to be a little bit uncharted water for us. Even when we first got here, the running backs that we had played a significant amount. And so this is a little bit different. So from that standpoint, I think our receivers are another inexperienced place. We've got good ability, but they just have not had a lot of meaningful reps.
And we've heard a lot of good things about Johanna this camp, but in general, those interior defensive linemen, do you like where that group is at?
Well, we've made significant improvements there, and so we're encouraged about that. They put on some good weight, and then beyond that, experience does make a difference. We've played. Now they're going to need to continue to improve. We've got to play better on defense this next year. I'm firmly convinced we will, and that starts with those guys up front.
You mentioned Johanna. You've always said, Craig, in this defense, there's always some key things, but that defensive tackle is a very key part. Do you like what Johanna is bringing, and even from his improvement or his progress from what he did last year to where he's at right now?
You saw him come at the tail end of last year, and for us, Robert, we've had really good defensive teams. That 3-technique tackle in the Tampa too has been a really outstanding player, and we've been blessed through the years. Now, we have not had a dominant player, and by no means are we saying Johanna's dominant, but I can tell you he's made significant improvement from the BYU game to now, and so we're encouraged about what he's done. I think he's owned his work. He listens to Coach Caligas, and so we're excited about how he's improved.
Seems like he's a very energetic guy out there. Just what did you guys see in him when you were first recruiting him?
Well, he was a multi-sport player. I believe immigrated from Sudan, and so had really developed. He was from a smaller school, Grand Island Central Catholic, but he played basketball, and I had quite a few friends, that would go to some of these basketball games and different things, and they had their eye on him as a junior, and so we were tipped off, and we really liked his attitude. Now, I think he was 226 or 230 when he first got here, and so, we thought that there would be room for developing. But he plays soccer, he plays basketball, he's got really quick hands, he's athletic, and you're right, he's got a personality that it's always fun. What I have noticed is the ups and downs of a younger player have begun to I guess, plateau off. I mean, there's more days that, I'm not having a very good day, coach. Well, I haven't heard that very much, where I used to get that about every other day. And so it's been fun having him around. Thanks.